really into this one really quickly too. And that kind of explains why I kind of rock my natural for today. I hope y'all can appreciate it. I do. Anyhow, I enjoy my natural when I get a chance to wear it, and I kind of wanted to do a live chat about it. I want to share a live chat about it. Over the last, I want to say, week, I want to say that this is a story I ran across last week where unfortunately we've had another incident where, a young lady has been assaulted inside of her nail shop. And I just wanted to put together a little compilation about that and just try to encourage women to more so try to stay away from those environments if you can. Let's stop putting ourselves in situations like that. Because from what I gather, I'll try to make this really quickly, because I know I have my time allotments, and like, to be truthful, like, it doesn't take too long to say what I'm about to say. Um, from what I gathered, this young lady had a couple toddlers with her children, and apparently one of the boys had taken something that didn't belong to him in the store, which I'm not condoning. If that's the case, that's an issue that needs to be addressed and dealt with by his parent for sure. However, this was a situation where I imagine some employer of this shop noticed this unpleasant activity, and he approached his parent about it, and it became a back and forth between the two. And in the midst of this happening, she raised her hand towards him to be like, you know what, we said what we're going to say, and, we're done with it or whatever. But when she raised her hand towards him, he took that as some sort of a, you know, he took offense to that in some sort of a way, like, and he felt like he needed to defend himself. So what he did was he struck her in the face, um, at and the time, like right there in front of her kids, and it's just like, did that really need to be the response? You know, um, Again, the whole situation, it sounds troubling, you know, but I don't feel like that was an appropriate response, for him. This was a man, and he was talking to a woman who was standing there with her children, so I felt like that was really inappropriate. And it just goes to show, that these type of these type of facilities, these type of businesses, just really don't appreciate you coming there. Which leads me to this whole natural look that I'm wearing right now. Like, sometimes, seeing as though when it comes to like beauty stores, and like nail salons and places where we go to get our hands and our feet and stuff manicured, seeing as though these places are mostly ran by, another culture, and they don't appreciate it. Like, why continue to go? Why continue to go when you know that that's the case? And that's not the only case. Every single woman that I know, whether she's paying or not paying, has had some sort of a situation when walking into one of these businesses. That's just a fact, and that's myself included. And I'm always paying, and I feel like I be overpaying. And I will even have the decency to leave a tip if I receive the service from you, because I just feel like that's just right. But if you're not going to appreciate it, and at the end of the day, you still finna go back home and plot against me, and then come back to work and like mock me and mistreat me in some sort of an inhumane way. Okay, we need to rethink that whole idea and way of going about business. And that's a call out to all of these um, shop owners where these altercations are taking place. And that's a call out to all the young ladies who keep walking up into these places. That's a call out to everyone involved. If that's how the business is going to be ran, with that type of a mentality, then you can take that business somewhere else. Because I work too hard for my money to be just handing it over to somebody who think it's okay to just mistreat me for the sake of doing so. That's not okay. There's a reason that you own this store, and there's a reason that I don't, or anybody else alike. Myself don't. Anyone who find themselves being mistreated, there's a reason that that group of individuals don't own stores of their own. And you know what they are. I'm not going to go all into politics because I don't want to dive too deep into politics, because not a whole lot of people are into politics like that, and I don't want to force anybody down any path they don't want to go. This is real information, that anyone walking into these businesses need to understand, and that's whether you want to dive into politics or not. If your money and your presence isn't being appreciated there, then you need to have sense enough to not go. And so this is going to lead me to somewhat of a maybe a comical portion of the video to somebody, but anyone who knows me know that I prefer to shed light on situations, like regardless to whether a person usually does that or not. As I'm going to attempt to do that, even if it's not even something that I can do. I'm going to be able to shed some type of light on it. That's just how I am. And so how I try to do that in this situation is to just kind of place a call out to the community of those being mistreated. And I don't want to just say it's just black or brown girls, because I think I even saw a non-black or brown girl undergo and have to subject herself to the same scrutiny. I don't know who she was with, and I don't know her nationality, but she was very, very lightly complected. So I'm not for sure. It could be all Americans, for all I know. All I'm saying is, Americans, if you know for that to be the case, then you should respond accordingly. And the way to do that will be to stop going to these places and find somewhere else to get your products. And there are other places that you can go and get these products that you go to their places for. You just have to seek them out, and that is what I suggest you do. And I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna make this really quick. I'm gonna put a call out there to the community. Listen up, brothers and sisters. Abroad, and I'm not subjecting this to anybody's nationality, race, color, or creed. I'm saying to anybody that has found themselves being mistreated in one of these facilities, and that's a lot of people. What I'm saying is, if you stop going to these places, you should have an alternative. So, let's think about what that alternative could be. And I'm putting it on whoever your partner is. You know what? Because partners have to start working together, too. And in this day, it's probably going to require some creativity, and we just going to have to figure that out. you know. But if you have a lady, you know, and it's mostly ladies that this is happening to, because it's mostly ladies that go in these shops. If you got a lady that goes to these shops and she feels like she don't want to subject herself to this ridiculousness because it's going to be there, then you as a partner should double back and be like, okay, don't go. You don't have to. Because the truth of the matter is, everything that they're using on our bodies from head to toe, you know, whether that be eyebrow waxing and equipment, whether that be nail equipment, whether that be body waxing equipment, whether that be pedicure equipment, all of that stuff is being sold somewhere. All that stuff is being sold somewhere, and you can purchase those same things, and you can be at home doing those same things for each other and saving yourselves a grip. And I'm also going to take it a step further and say this could also be a call out to already existing barbers. Okay, y'all already waxing eyebrows, like take it a step further and go ahead and get that body waxing popping. You know what I mean? Because these nail shop facilities, I don't see that they have anything other than cosmetology degrees, and they're able to do it. And guess what? They can charge you anywhere at a minimal $50 for a body waxing. Okay? That can add up per person. So, you barbers out there, first of all, to the barbers, okay, like that would just be a nice little come up for you on a couple different levels. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, you know, you able to give back in a way, you know, where the ladies can really truly appreciate it. For the most part, our barbers are, you know, their services and things are dedicated to, you know, our men. But it's time for the men and the women to start being there for each other, like in real life. You know, like it's women. The women have always been there for the men. You know, but your women are going into these nail shops and into these beauty shops getting violated, and why? So they can look nice for you. So if you know that to be the case, have the decency to say, you know what, I'm not going to subject my partner to that. I'm not going to subject, you know, the person I love to that. You know, and you just let them know you don't have to do that. Look at me. I'm natural right now. Y'all see. I'm natural. You know? And my husband's okay with that. In fact, he prefers for me to be natural. You know why I'm not? Because society isn't as accepting. I go to work like this, and people are going to be like, I go to school like this, people are going to be like, is everything okay? And it's like, yes, this is my natural hair state, you know, in case you didn't know that. And if you would have asked, then you would know that. But in case you didn't, like, this is my natural hair state. Okay? And I have to blow dry it out, and I have to hot comb it and all these other things, because that is more pleasing to the eye and less confrontational, you know, according to society, you know. So, you know, women with curly hair like mine have to undergo all this extra stuff, you know. So we may end up in a shop or two having to try to buy something to try to, you know, bring that look about. But in this day, we have to start being more careful, because now women are making headlines, and we can see it doesn't seem like it's going to stop, and we have to put a stop to it if that's the case. I'm running out of time, y'all, but it was good talking to you all. I hope that this live chat was also helpful to someone. And I want someone to look at my video and understand that it's okay to wear your natural hair. You don't have to continue to, you know, undergo this and object yourself to this ridiculousness. You know, just because you don't want to wear your own hair. Wear your own hair sometime. You know, keep yourself out of these situations so these things don't happen to you. Good day.